Hey friends, I want to highlight real quick a great new product that helps out coffee buyers and coffee roasters. So if you're in the camp where you want to look at the green coffee specifications, sizing, green coffee screens, then here's a video for you. So real quick, in the SCA Washed Arabica Green Coffee Defect Guide, now it specifies with a 350 gram sample of coffee that green bean sizes for buyer's reference. It's not part of the SCA specialty grade specification. So this doesn't make a coffee specialty or not specialty. But what I am convinced about is that size variance has a big deal on roast quality and cup quality. So here it even goes on to state no more than 5% variance from contract specification should be retained on traditional round hold grading screens. And so here we have these round hold grading coffee screens. Okay, so let's dive into this. What does that mean? And why am I featuring these specifically? So these were handmade in Vietnam and the craftsmanship is beautiful. I actually had a set of green coffee screens. I still have a set, and they're purchased in the US. I'm showing some rust on this one. And one of the big problems on this one is that whoever manufactured, wherever they were manufactured, there's nails exposed on the bottom. And so I've actually had these sitting on my nice table and it scratches the table. When I shake them, it's a heavy job, it's large. I always have to have them on a towel. These, on the other hand, are finished. There are no exposed nails on the bottom, on the sides, and on the top, which is just like the bottom. All right, here we go. And these have a wonderful numbering system. So these are the coffee screen sizes. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A complete set with a top lid. Other screens, not so easy to figure out how to line them up and put them in place. These were also more expensive. Okay. So, lower cost, higher value, more beautiful, and they're actually a bit larger, which means that when I drop in my 350 gram sample, this is a specialty organic Peruvian coffee. Now I'm gonna drop these into the top, okay? You'll hear the beans are already falling through. But what I can do is I can shake them. Sounds like most of the movement has happened. All right, now when I shake these through, what I'm going to get is on each screen, I'm going to find there's retention. So these coffees were 20 plus, maybe they're 21 or 22, but they're definitely a 20. These coffees, this percentage, these are 19. So between 19 and 20. The majority of these have landed on 18 now, and you're going to see 17. Oh, and I was wrong. 16. We've got quite a few. So 16, 17, 18, and 19. We have quite a few coffees that have landed on these screens. But we have some on 15. That's a pretty good amount. That's more than 5%. Now what you would do on each of these screens is you would take this final screen, or the top or the bottom, and you flip it over and you find out, I want to know how many beans were on screen 14. So if I just weigh these on the scale, out of a 350 gram sample, I have 15. So that's like 5%. So that was on 14. Now I also have some that are on the 13, and no more fell through. So I've got about 18 grams Why don't we just do this again? We'll get our 15s. Now, if you're a coffee roaster, you understand that small coffee beans don't have as much surface area to absorb the heat. That makes it sometimes harder to roast them, or we apply more heat. They might crash more. So small beans can tend to do this, whereas large beans have more surface area and they can generally absorb more heat more readily through that surface area. They can let out the vapor and the moisture content inside more readily. So if I'm mixing these 14, 15, 13, 15, 14, 13 are mixed in with the rest of these coffees, there's 52 grams here. So out of 350 grams, 52 grams are 15 and lower. Now, that's going to present a challenge because these beans will roast at a different rate. Some of these beans will be lower quality. Oftentimes the larger beans have had more nutrition or they grow larger for whatever reason. And so this 50 grams in a 350 gram sample of my specialty grade coffee is actually going to create some imbalance. It's going to create some aspects in the cup which are unclear. So as a roaster, I would love to sort out, what is that? That's 1/7. I would love to sort out 1/7 of my coffee, set it aside, and I could roast that differently. If I want to measure my coffee within even more tolerance, I could just take the 16 and 17. Maybe I'd add the 18, but the 19 and 20 are also about 5-10% there. So this is how we use green coffee when we negotiate a contract. We don't say, well, that's not specialty coffee because the size variance doesn't work. What happens is though, I might say, I'm paying this price for this coffee. It was scored at an 84, 85. But if I sorted, or if this coffee was sorted better, it might actually roast cleaner, roast more consistently, cup cleaner, and more balanced in the cup. So when we look at the coffee flavor wheel and talk about these outside flavor descriptors, those often come from really consistent roasting, really consistent green coffee sorting and grading. And sizing screens are one of those important aspects. So if you like these sizing screens, or if you have any questions about these, please send me a message. I'm excited to share more and help you on the next journey, next video. All right, make life better. Talk to you next time.